Welcome, CEOs. Welcome to the Early Childhood Business Made Easy podcast. I am Kelly Peak. I am excited to be your guide on your journey to find more of a time freedom lifestyle. Now, you know that feeling when you are sitting at your desk at 9 p.m., surrounded by tomorrow's lesson plans, maybe snack orders, a few unanswered parent emails, and you think, how do I do it all? You care so deeply about your families. You want every parent to feel supported and confident. But sometimes it feels like no matter how much effort you pour in, parents still seem overwhelmed or disconnected. Maybe they're missing events, misunderstanding your communication, or second guessing your expertise. Let me tell you something. You are not alone in this, my friend. Every successful early childhood operator I know has hit the same wall. You're not broken. Your systems might be, though. And this isn't a personal failing. It's a predictable challenge when you're trying to juggle family engagement, team management, and business growth in a ratio dependent world that demands so much of your time and energy. Now, I get it. I have been there too. In my early years operating Peak Academy and Play Boutique, I remember leaving family dinners early because I just needed to finish a newsletter or answer that one urgent parent concern. And the guilt, wow, it was real. So was the exhaustion. And if you're nodding along right now, maybe even feeling that tightness in your chest because this week already feels a little too much, I want you to know that tension you're carrying, it's not proof you're doing something wrong. It is proof that you care deeply. You've been leading from your heart, and now it's time to lead with systems and protect that heart. Because here's what nobody tells you. The reason parent engagement feels so hard isn't because parents don't care. It's because most early childhood businesses were never designed to truly empower them. We talk about this. We are rewriting the rules of business. In over 25 years of leading preschools, play cafes, enrichment programs, and yes, I was working behind the scenes at the KinderCare corporate office. I have seen it all. And I can tell you this with confidence. The traditional parent communication model, the one that most early childhood programs rely on, it was built for compliance, not connection. And that's why all those generic marketing or customer engagement tactics you see online, well, they fail when it comes to early childhood businesses. You cannot automate human trust. You cannot email sequence your way to community. Empowering parents requires something different, something only early childhood leaders like you can do. And that is create connection, clarity, and care through consistent intentional systems. But here's the good news. You already have everything you need to turn overwhelmed parents into empowered partners. You just need a framework to do it consistently. So let's take that pressure off. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight. I'm going to show you 3 simple but powerful shifts that will help you reclaim your time, rebuild parent trust, and finally feel like your communication is working for you, not against you. Today, we're going to walk through 3 powerful strategies to help you stop managing parents and start mentoring them. These are the same attraction and nurture marketing principles from our preschool business blueprint course and our Shine membership and mentorship we use to grow enrollment, deepen family trust, and reclaim that time freedom lifestyle. So here's what we're diving into. Number 1, how to shift from informing to inviting. Transform your parent communication into a source of emotional connection. Number 2, how to create a parent partnership pathway. This is a step-by-step journey that guides families from curiosity to confidence. And number 3, how to build a thriving parent community that fuels retention, referrals, and real relationships. Because your happiest families, they are your best marketing. So if you've ever felt like you're talking at parents instead of with them, this episode will change the way you see family engagement forever. Now, by the end, you'll know exactly how to empower your parents, support their confidence, and position your early childhood business as the heart of their child's learning journey. Because early childhood marketing, at its best, isn't about selling a service. It's about inviting families into a community where their deepest hopes for their children are understood and, most importantly, nurtured. When you stop managing parents and start empowering them, you're going to transform your early childhood business from a service into a community, one that parents cannot imagine leaving. This is how confident early childhood CEOs think about marketing, not as promotion, but as partnership. Because when you lead as a CEO, not just an operator, you stop chasing enrollment and start attracting loyalty. Now, have you ever wondered why even after sending beautifully written newsletters, posting adorable classroom updates, fancy social media, or maybe hosting parent events, families still don't seem as connected or as loyal as you'd hoped? What if the problem isn't your communication at all, but the fact that you've been told to manage parents instead of empower them? Because the truth is, most parent engagement advice out there, it was designed for schools and businesses that look nothing like yours, not ratio dependent, heart led, early childhood experiences built around trust, emotion, and connection. And that's exactly why the confident early childhood CEO thinks differently. They know it's not about information, it's about invitation. Now think of this. It's 7:45 on a Thursday morning. You've just unlocked the door, and before you can even hang up your bag, two parents are waiting. One wants to discuss her toddler's biting, and the other is frustrated about a billing error. The phone's already blinking with missed calls from a new inquiry. Your lead teacher just texted she's running late, and the coffee you reheated twice is still sitting cold on the counter. By 9 a.m., you've smiled your way through 5 quick parent conversations that have left you emotionally drained and 2 hours behind on payroll. In those moments, it can feel like you're constantly managing everyone else's emotions, parents, team members, maybe your own, but never quite leading from a place of peace or purpose. And deep down, you know, this isn't why you started this business. This isn't why you got into this business. A confident early childhood CEO handles mornings like this differently, not with more hustle, but with systems that support communication, boundaries that build trust, and a leadership mindset that prevents chaos before it starts. So let's imagine that scene playing out differently, day after day, week after week. Now, the hours you spend putting out those fires, if you don't see this scene differently, they're going to add up. 5 hours a week become 20, 20 becomes 80. All of that becomes missed family dinners, soccer games, quiet Sunday mornings, all that were supposed to be yours, gone. And that's not just time you're losing, it's your energy, your creativity, and the joy that once fueled your work. When parent communication lives in your inbox instead of your systems, burnout isn't far behind. Your team feels your stress, your family sense your overwhelm, and your business growth, it quickly and quietly stalls. Every week this continues is another week you sacrifice that time freedom lifestyle you dreamed of when you opened your doors. And here's the part nobody tells you. The longer you operate this way, the harder it becomes to rebuild trust with your families and yourself. Now picture a different morning. Remember, I just said we're going to have a different scene every day. It's 8 a.m. And instead of scrambling, you're greeting families with calm confidence. Your team knows exactly how to handle parent questions because you've empowered them with clear communication, a framework. Parents feel guided, not managed. They leave drop-off smiling, reassured that their child is part of something special. You spend your mornings leading, not reacting. You wrap up your day in time for dinner with your own family, knowing your business is running and operating smoothly, even when you're not there. This is what it means to lead as a CEO, a confident early childhood operator. Your systems protect your time. Your communication builds community, and your leadership, it fuels both growth and freedom. This is exactly what so many operators inside our Shine membership and mentorship programs discover when they finally stop managing this chaos and start leading with clarity. Now, here's an eye-opening fact about parent partnerships. According to NACE and AEYC, programs with high levels of family engagement see up to 50% higher retention rates, 50%, both in families and in team members. That means when you invest time in empowering parents, you're making connections and building stability across your entire business. And here's the part most business advice won't tell you. A child care aware report, it found that 46% of early childhood programs close within 5 years, not because of enrollment, but because of burnout and poor communication systems that strain both the team and family relationships. CEOs who understand this data make different decisions about how they spend their time. They stop chasing new families and start nurturing the ones they already have, because empowered parents don't just stay longer, they become your best source of referrals and community growth. Now, those studies weren't written specifically for early childhood business owners and operators, but here's why they matter even more for you. In a ratio-dependent environment, every parent relationship is a capacity-limited opportunity. When your systems turn those relationships into loyalty, you protect your time, your profits, and your peace of mind. And that's exactly what we're diving into next. How to apply this insight through real world strategies that shift you from managing parent communication to leading parent empowerment. Now, when I first met Sarah, she was operating a small preschool and had an enrichment studio inside. She was growing in this suburban community. She loved her families, but she was exhausted. Every week brought another cycle of reactive emails, last minute parent questions, and team members unsure of how to communicate with her families. She was spending hours crafting newsletters that no one seemed to read and second guessing every parent interaction. She was working in her business every minute of the day and feeling like she was failing at both work and home. The turning point, well, that came when she decided to stop trying to manage parent communication and start leading parent relationships. Inside the preschool business blueprint, she implemented the parent partnership pathway and the parent audience builder strategy. But the real breakthrough wasn't the tool, it was her mindset shift. She realized that empowering parents wasn't extra work. It was the work of a confident early childhood operator. Instead of trying to please everyone, she focused on guiding families through a consistent journey that built trust and ownership. Within 90 days, she cut her weekly parent communication time in half, added 7 new full-time enrollments from referrals alone, and maybe the most important thing, she stopped taking her laptop home every night. She created her parent empowerment huddle for her team so that it could run without her. So she had this time where she would communicate with her team, teach them all she knew, all the things she wanted in a way that she wanted it to be communicated with parents. And soon her team began being strong in that area and she was able to let go. Today, she leads her preschool as a confident early childhood operator, not an overwhelmed manager. Her business operates on clear systems. Her families feel connected and capable, and her team, well, it's become a bridge of trust instead of a barrier. That's the power of stepping into your CEO role and out of your manager mode. So if you've been working and wondering how to start that same shift, here's exactly where it begins. We're going to start with strategy number 1, shift from informing to inviting. Build emotional connection, not communication overload. When you're operating in manager mode, your parent communication often becomes a long list of logistics, dates, reminders, policy updates. You're talking at parents, not with them. And even though you're sending weekly newsletters, they're skipping them entirely, maybe. But CEOs who've professionalized in this area know that communication isn't about sharing information, it's about deepening connection. And this is how confident early childhood operators approach communication. They transform every message into an invitation for parents to engage, learn, or celebrate alongside their child. Now, unlike most businesses, early childhood programs sell trust, not transactions. And trust is built through belonging. So action step number 1, I want you to create empowerment moments in every message. So for example, this week, take 30 minutes to review your parent emails or maybe your newsletter. For every informational message, add one empowerment moment, a sentence, or maybe a tip that help parents extend learning at home. So for example, maybe you're a smaller preschool or play cafe, add a quick line such as, here's a fun way to continue this skill at home tonight. This positions you as a partner, not just a provider. For a larger program, build a rotating calendar of empowerment themes so every team member contributes one tip per month. Parents rarely remember details, but they remember how you make them feel. So use language that celebrates, not instructs. Action step number 2, replace reminders with relationships. So instead of leading communication with rules or schedules, open with connection. Share photos, family quotes, or small wins that show growth and gratitude before diving into those logistics. Now, if you're in an enrichment program, you could start with a weekly update, something like this week's magical moment to highlight a student story. If you are a preschool or a child care center, maybe include one parent appreciation note per week from your team. Now, avoid using communication as a compliance tool. Use it as a relationship tool. Once you start inviting parents into partnership instead of simply informing them, they begin to show up differently. But the real transformation happens when you give them a clear journey to follow so they know how to grow with you. And that's where strategy number 2 comes in. Create a parent partnership pathway, guide families, don't overwhelm them. Now, take a second. Think about what we just covered. One small communication shift can completely change how parents respond to you. But here's where most operators stop. They fix the message, not the journey. So parent engagement feels reactive. You're answering the same questions, managing misunderstandings, and constantly repeating information. It feels like families never quite get what you do, but CEOs who have built systems for this know that parents are not being difficult. They're just directionless. And this is how CEOs think. They create a parent partnership pathway, a structured journey that guides parents from curiosity to confidence. It's a communication framework that reduces stress for you and builds clarity for them. Unlike generic onboarding systems in other industries, yours must honor the emotional nature of early childhood. Parents aren't buying convenience. They're trusting you with their most important possession in life. So action step number 1, map the journey in 4 stages. Set aside 60 minutes this week. Outline your parent touch points in these 4 stages: inquiry, enrollment, engagement, and advocacy. So for smaller programs, use sticky notes or a whiteboard. Write what parents see, feel, and need at each of these different stages. For larger programs, have your team help you brainstorm the top 3 questions parents ask at each stage. Then create a standardized communication piece to answer them proactively. Now remember, the emotional tone of your message, it can matter more than what you're using to send the message. A warm email beats a fancy app anytime. Okay, action step number 2, create your parent resource library. So to make this simple, I've created a free resource for you. It's the Parent Audience Builder Strategy. It's a done-for-you template that helps you define what your parents need and how you can communicate with them and how you can grow with them. Once your parent knows where they're going, they're going to stop questioning and start trusting. But here's where the magic really happens. When they begin to see themselves not just as participants, but as part of something bigger than themselves, that's where the community comes in. And strategy number 3 is build a community parents want to belong. When you're operating as a manager, parent relationships stop at the classroom door. You're focused on ratios, payrolls, and maybe policy updates. But CEOs know that your most valuable marketing asset is already walking through your doors every morning. It's your current families. And this is how confident early childhood operators think about community. They design environments where parents don't just drop off their children, they connect, contribute, and celebrate together. This ties directly to our profit booster number 5. Because when your team feels empowered to follow your systems, your efficient operations, well, then your families are going to mirror that. Unlike generic customer retention tactics, this isn't about rewards or loyalty points. It's about shared identity and emotional investment. So action step number 1, create a monthly empowerment event. Choose one simple high-value event that connects parents to your mission. Now, we talk about this a lot. Every month, you should have a family engagement event. For preschools, maybe a learning in action morning where parents experience the classroom environment. That's a fun one. For play cafes, maybe a parent pause and play coffee hour focused on balancing play and parenting. Enrichment programs, maybe skills in bloom showcase where parents celebrate milestones. Action step number 2, build a parent ambassador system. Identify 3 parents who naturally champion your business. Ask them to share posts, welcome new families, or represent your program at events. So for a small program, offer recognition through Parent Partner of the Month. And maybe for a larger program, create a private parent advisory group or feedback and connection. Now, the key here is trying to manage these ambassadors. Don't manage them, empower them instead. Give them clarity, not control. Now, we dive deeper in our Shine Mentorship and Membership Preschool Business Blueprint course to these exact systems showing you how to turn your parent partnership pathway into a marketing flywheel that keeps enrollment full without constant outreach. But even starting small this month can shift how families experience your program. Now, we've just learned 3 systems that can change everything about how you lead your families, but more importantly, how you experience your business. Take a moment to imagine what your day would feel like if every parent interaction brought energy instead of exhaustion. That's what these strategies can make possible. So today, we've moved from feeling overwhelmed by parent communication and confusion to creating clarity, confidence, and community. You learned how to shift from informing to inviting, how to build your parent partnership pathway, and how to create a thriving parent community that drives retention and referrals. When you implement these strategies, you're not just improving your marketing, you're transforming the way you lead. You're moving from managing chaos to leading with calm authority. And this is what it means to operate as a confident early childhood CEO. Someone who leads with vision, not reaction, connection, not control. This is how you build a business that supports both your purpose and your peace. Now imagine this, 3 months from now, it's a Wednesday afternoon, and you're leaving your program at 4 p.m. Not because everything's done, but because everything's operating smoothly. Your team is handling parent communication with grace and consistency. Your families, they feel supported, empowered, and deeply connected to your mission. And you're at your child's soccer game or dance recital. Maybe you're enjoying dinner with your partner. You are fully present, not half listening while checking your phone. That's the time freedom lifestyle you deserve. And it's completely possible when you lead with systems that empower both your team and your families. Now, here are 3 CEO level actions you can take this week to start that transformation. Your CEO decision number 1. Block 30 minutes this Friday to review your latest parent communication. Ask yourself, does this invite connection or just inform? Add one empowerment moment that helps parents feel part of the journey. CEO decision number 2. Download this week's free resource, your Parent Audience Builder. Spend 20 minutes. How can you add this to your parent journey? This will simplify your communication flow and help you grow your program. CEO decision number 3. Choose one small event or choose one small event or initiative this month that helps families feel like they belong, not just attend. Whether it's a parent play and coffee morning or a Skills in Bloom showcase, start building community, not just enrollment. Now, don't forget to grab your free parent audience builder strategy that accompanies today's episode 155. This is easy to use. It's a tool that's going to help you create your own audience and grow your program. Again, you can find it at kellypeak.com where information is about this episode. And if you're ready to put these systems into action, don't forget, we are gearing up for our living room to classroom challenge in our preschool at home side of our business. This is a 5-day pre-launch experience designed to help families attract and empower themselves while they are growing their experiences for their kiddos in the preschool stage and age. These years, they go fast. 1 to 5, these preschool years go so fast. So we want to help our families capture those magical moments. Now, this challenge is going to kick off. Head over to kellypeak.com or preschoolathome.com to reserve your spot. Now, if you're thinking, I need to stay connected and keep learning, start with our free Early Childhood Business Made Easy community on Facebook. It's our CEO Facebook group where we share bonus tips, behind the scenes insights, and all kinds of templates and tools. And if you're ready for structured support and want the full roadmap, check out our Shine membership and our Shine mentorships programs. You don't have to rush. Start where you are, but don't stay where you've been. And remember, you don't have to do this alone. Every confident early childhood operator you admire started exactly where you are, busy, hopeful, and a little unsure. But they made one simple decision to stop surviving in their business and start leading it. If today's episode has helped you see a new way to lead and communicate with families, please go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And if you know another early childhood operator or leader who needs this message, please share it with them. It's time to rewrite the rules of what's possible in this industry. You started your early childhood business because you wanted to make a difference in the lives of the children and families you serve. And you absolutely can without sacrificing your own. Here's what I want you to remember. Taking care of your business is taking care of those other children and families. A thriving, sustainable business is the only kind that can serve them long term. So keep leading with clarity, keep building connection, and keep stepping into your role as the confident early childhood operator. You've got this, and I'll see you next week.